Joshi and welcome back to the MJ show. Now today I have someone who I've been trying to get on the show for a very long time. We've been talking on the phone, on internet, on WhatsApp and everything, and we've been trying to fix our schedule so that we can meet, and finally he's found time out of his busy schedule to be here with me and talk about a couple of new singles that he's released and a whole bunch of things that he's done in the past. So we're going to find out everything that he's done in the past, what he's been doing in the last couple of months, and what's going to be happening in the future. You've seen him on a whole bunch of TV shows as an anchor. He's been in TV shows as a reality show contestant, as a singer, and well, he's been a busy man this year. Let's say hi and welcome on the MJ show, the fantastic Chang.
Hello. What's up,
man?
Doing? Very good.
You can see I very deftly stayed away from the first name because do you get a lot of people mispronouncing it in a bad way and getting all sorts of...
Well, it's not that bad. It's but it's Meiyang, and they never get it as Meiyang. They get it as Meiyang. And my headmaster has been calling me for my first school in Dehradun. He's been calling me Meiyang for many years. So I started believing that thing as well. But the reason why most people know me as Chang, it was a very conscious decision when I was a participant in Indian Idol. And I decided that if I put my first name as Meiyang and people have to vote for me, they are bound to misspell it. And I'm not getting any votes. So that's how it became Chang, which is short and simple. Now everybody, including many of my family members, call me Chang.
So it's like if everybody just decides to call me Joshi from now. But that's cool, man. It helps me get votes and it helps us do better things online. You can call me Joshi if you want to. The first time we met was on India's Got Talent Season 3. What, about 3 years ago?
Yes, 2010, yes.
Yeah,
wow.
You were anchoring, and my Hindi band Bombay Rock Project was on the show, and we played a couple of old Bollywood songs in a new way. That was a lot of fun, and we kind of connected because we were like one of the few rock and roll bands out there.
Yes. It was actually fun because you guys were doing something which I hadn't heard till then, and you know, many people do recreated versions of old songs, but what you guys were doing as Bombay Rock Project was very interesting and very refreshing. And also because on that particular day, before you guys came on stage, we had gone through some really shitty acts and like, please koi to aao aur kuch acha sunao ya acha dikhao, and you guys were on stage.
Good
and that
to
was
know,
really
man.
fun.
Good to know. But yeah, that's how we met, and then we kept bumping into each other. We discovered we have a common passion for comic books. Superb stuff, and you know, music and so many other things. So you know what? Let's talk about you and your journey so far. Where did it start? You said you were born and brought up in Dehradun?
In Dhanbad.
In Dhanbad, sorry. You were born and brought up in Dhanbad.
Yes.
And you did your studies over there, and then...
Well, I studied for a couple of years in Dhanbad, and then my parents realized that if I stay back there, I'll become a gunda, because at that point of time, we didn't have any good schools, apart from the primary school that I was in. But I had turned into a gunda. I was, मैं गाली नहीं देता था, but the way I used to speak to people and the accent that I had was very heavily Bihari. And my parents realized that they have to send me away now. Otherwise, there will be a permanent damage, irreversible damage. And they sent me to Dehradun. I've studied in Dehradun from standard 3 to 10. That was for 8 years. And then went to Mussoorie for my +2. So yeah, and from there onwards I went to Bangalore for my dentistry, and 6 years. That's how I know Kannada. And
yeah, that's something I read. You know, when I was reading up on him, you're a dentist, like you're a full-fledged, like everything. You finished your dentistry course.
Yes.
So technically, right now, if you maybe now it's been a little while, but when you finished that, you could have actually like done stuff with patients and stuff. I mean, which you must have done in your last couple of years.
I was working in Bangalore for a year, like after I finished my graduation, and internship mein we already started working on patients. In fact, we started working on them since from our 3rd year onwards. Yeah, but in the 3rd year we're still rusty. We're not very sure about what we're doing, so we tend to make a lot of mistakes. But which is why the treatment is subsidized, so that you know the patients know कि आपको बकरा बनाया जा रहा है. Well, I'm just making it sound very bad, but no, we used to be supervised by our professors, and they would help us out. And the serious work actually started when we were when I was interning, and when I was working with Dr. Jacob Daniels after that. That is when we really saw the toughest of cases, and we were always supervised, of course, because we're not full-blown professionals by that point of time. But I have to, I mean, I must admit very honestly that once I finished my degree, I felt like a complete Nausikya, an amateur. Because what tends to happen is that over the years you're focusing so much on academics, and I think this goes for every kind of discipline. That we're always focusing on academics and on getting good grades, that we don't really look into the practical aspect of it.
True.
So that practical aspect, that practical training, I would say I got most of it after I finished college.
After you finished, But then how did the shift happen from dentistry to where you are at now? I mean, was that accidental? Was it something you wanted to happen in your life?
It was a mix of outside information and a desire to do something like this. I've always been participating in competitions in school and in college. But that's always, I've graduated from being part of a choir to a duo to a single guy singing alone on stage. And we've done inter-class competitions, inter-college competitions, but it was never a part of my ambition that I have to become a singer one day. I would like to sing because that's a similar path that my dad has charted. You know, he's always been a guy who was a singer. He used to sketch a lot, and those are things that I picked from him. And then he went on to become a dentist, and he worked really hard for all of us. For me, I think the thing was that when I was in the third year of dentistry, a very close friend of mine, Archana, she's my Moboli sister, and she called me up and she said, you know what, there is a show called Indian Idol. And there's this guy called Abhijit Sawant. He's won the show. He's super duper popular, and his album is selling like hotcakes. So I think you should give it a try, because this show is about common people coming on that platform, showing their talent, and probably a rags to riches kind of a story. So I'm like, yeah, fine, but you know what? My parents would kill me right now if if I had diverted from my studies. So I remember telling her, ki, let them come to Bangalore, and I'll go for the auditions. We'll see what has to be done. And the second season comes in, and they obviously don't come to Bangalore, because Bangalore is not a place where they would come for auditions too often, because down south there's a different market altogether. Cut to the third season. By this time I've already finished my dentistry. I have finished my work after that, and I'm heading back to Dhanbad because my work in Bangalore is done. I've finished my GRE, I've finished my TOEFL, I've got all my papers from college, and I'm all set to go to a US, go to an American university.
To continue your studies.
To continue my further studies and start working out there, because I mean, at that point of time, dentistry in India was getting saturated, and for better prospects, you had to go abroad. Because you would make better money and you would not have to work as hard.
And that's when?
Well, that's when I was passing through Calcutta, and Calcutta was the second last city for the auditions. And my sister, she insisted I go for it.
You must go for it.
Yes. So I go to city center, if I'm not wrong, and I see Amit Sana, who was part of Indian Idol 1. He's holding these mini auditions, so to say, in which he's giving away passes. And there's this huge line, and it's already 10 o'clock in the night. I'm like, there's no way I'm standing in this line. And which is the first prerequisite for an audition. You have to stand in line, wait for a long time. So I mean, she still insisted. We got the location. I went for it, and that's how it all happened. I mean, if it was not for her insistence, I might not have gone for it.
Thank you, sister
Archana.
Thank you, Archana, for making sure that he went for the audition, because it changed his life, and a whole bunch of people now love him for the work that he's doing now. I'm sure a lot more loving him than what he would have done if he was, you know, doing people's teeth, because I don't think too many people love their dentists. Everybody's scared to go to their dentist.
Why do they hate them? They're doing such a good job.
I know they're doing a great thing for you, but yeah, you don't want people, like, you know, drilling inside your, you know,
inflicting pain
upon you,
but
and seemingly enjoying it. But you know what? Okay, before we end off part one of the show today, do you remember what was the song that you sang at the audition for Indian Idol?
I do.
What did you sing?
There was a song called Aao Na.
Can I hear you sing a bit of it?
Sure.
Okay.
गूंजी सी है सारी फिजा, जैसे बजती हो शहनाइयाँ, है लहराती है महकी हवा, गुनगुनाती है तन्हाइयाँ, सब गाते हैं सब ही मदहोश है, हम तुम क्यों खामोश हैं, साज़े दिल छेड़ो ना, चुप हो क्यों गाओ ना, आओ ना, आओ ना, आओ ना, आओ ना.
Fantastic. I'm going to get him to sing a few more songs for all of you. You can write to us, both of us on Twitter. Both of us are on Twitter, and we'd love to have your feedback. I'm going to go into part 2 in just a bit. Let me give you our Twitter handles at musicmanmihir and at
MeiyangChang.com.
Yeah.
MeiyangChang.com?
Meiyang Chang on Twitter, at Meiyang Chang and at musicmanmihir. Write to us on Twitter. Tell us what you think, and just click part 2, which is down here, and check it out. We're going to take a short break and go into that.